a long day. All right, y'all. I'm here today from Feminist Collective. Okay. And I'm also standing here today as a proud Jewish person, standing in solidarity with Palestine. I want to talk a little bit about my experience growing up as a Reformed Jew and the limited education I received about Zionism that a lot of Jews experience about Zionism. In my Hebrew school, my education perpetuated the norm that to be Jewish, you have to be a Zionist. You had to support Israel unquestionably, and you have to accept this. Despite this, I also learned that Judaism is about questioning everything. It is about advocating for your neighbor. It means supporting justice and equity. This is why I started questioning what I had been taught about Israel, and why my peers did too. This is why I have to stand in solidarity with Palestine. Jewish values demand that we reject the cynical notion that one person's safety must come at the expense of another's. Such cynical views diminish everyone's humanity and are antithetical to Jewish values of preserving life and advocating for justice and equity. Israeli safety is intrinsically tied to Palestinian safety. We must look at this genocide with clear eyes. Over 34,000 killed. Over 13,000 children murdered. They are people. They are our brothers and sisters. They are the future generations of Palestine wiped out. The average age of someone killed in Gaza is 5 years old. 5 years old. We are talking about children. Shame. Shame. We are talking about children. Entire families murdered. Brutalized. Orphaned. Buried. Emaciated. Injured and traumatized. And Binghamton is complicit. Shame. This is why we are here today. Because this university must divest from weapons manufacturing companies like Lockheed Martin, BAE Systems, Boeing, and more. We must cut all ties with the military-industrial complex. Let us be on the right side of history, like we are today, and take the steps many other schools have towards divestment. There is nothing anti-Semitic about ending Binghamton's complicity in genocide. Absolutely nothing. On the contrary, it upholds the values of Judaism, the values of Tikkun Olam, repairing the world. We must never again let what happened to my family and so many of ours during the Holocaust continue to happen to those in Palestine. I stand here today, begging you all, take a stand. We are the multicultural community. Stand here today, demanding that this university do better and that we be on the right side of history. Free Palestine! As the death toll increases each day, with over 34,000 people being killed at the hands of U.S. enforced and Israeli brutality, let us students remember why we are here. To honor all those lives innocently killed and to stand in solidarity with our Palestinian brothers and sisters. See? The genocide and occupation of Palestine is deeply, I repeat, deeply intertwined with the over-militarization of police and police brutality committed against predominantly black communities on U.S. soil. The issue is one and the same, and we must recognize the intersections of our communities. I stand here today in solidarity, and to close, I have a quote from Angela Davis. For those everywhere struggling against racism and for freedom, the Palestinian people continue to serve as an inspiration because they have endured and remained steadfast for so long, refusing to give up and accept permanent subjugation and injustice. Free Palestine, thank you.
I want to testify to my experience on this campus as an organizer. 2 years ago, I was recently elected to the E-Board of the Binghamton YDSA, and we decided for the first time to work with Students for Justice in Palestine. In that room, we told each other that BDS would never be possible on this campus. And hell yeah, were we wrong! We have galvanized the people of this community, of this university, towards divestment. We have proven that the democratic will of the people of this university support BDS. We will get every military-industrial complex corporation off of our campus.
Yes, we will!
We will stop allowing our university to contribute to the senseless killing of people of color all over the world.
That's right!
Our university has a problem of feeder programs in the engineering building, in the computer science building, that bring us students towards working for genocide on the dollar of imperialists.
Shame!
We will not allow it to continue. It is our job to stand here, locking arms. Even if people are being really annoying behind us, all it does is amplify the fact that we are the majority. And so I say to you, thank you all very much for standing here, but we are not the focus. Right now, Israel is planning a full invasion of Rafah. They say that they will do so no matter what is done with hostages. They have killed their own people in their bombings. They don't care about anyone but their settler colonial regime. It has become evidently clear to every one of us here what the truth is. We will not stay stuck in the past. We will forge the way towards a bright new future, one with liberation, without oppression, freedom for all people.
Yeah!
And that means getting your comrades out here, getting your friends who may be apathetic to stand next to you for what is right, getting people, your family, to support this, voting with your dollar, and standing up to that bastard in administration for not allowing us to do this as we should. The time has come. Comrades, we have a world to win.
Thank you for everyone here showing out and showing up. Just like the person who spoke previously before me stated, I want to refocus what we're here for and why we're here. I know that it's really hot outside. It's super hot today, unlike every other day in Binghamton. And I know that a lot of us are dehydrated, a lot of us are hungry, thirsty, tired from running around. And I just want you to contextualize and just think a little bit about the fact that there are people in Palestine who have been existing in this kind of a state for days and weeks. This type of heat,
this type of dehydration. And I just want all of us to realize that the discomfort that we might feel, the fear that we might feel from being here today does not match up to the pain of having your entire family wiped out. It does not match out to the pain of being stuck under rubble for hours. The thirst that you experience that you can easily get a water bottle for, most people in Gaza, most people in Rafah cannot get that right now. And that is why I want you guys to stand here longer, stand here much more proudly, because this is the discomfort that we experience from being here is nothing compared to what our brothers and sisters across the sea are experiencing right now. So stand for something greater than yourself and stand steadfast, remain steadfast. You are right. Your principles are correct. You are correct! Like those who protested the Vietnam War, the college students currently protesting Israel's vicious assault on Gaza are in the right. Future generations will not look kindly upon those who support the occupation and genocide in Gaza. Quick reminder, there are way more of us. Love will always be louder than hate. Please remember why we're here. We want divestment and we want it now. You guys are gonna get sick of hearing me say this. The liberated zone is a space upholding the complete and unconditional liberation of all marginalized people.
That's right!
There is absolutely no place in the liberated zone for any form of hate. That includes racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, ableism, classism, Islamophobia, and anti-Semitism. Hate has no home here. If any member of the encampment does any of these things, we will kick them out. The fight for Palestinian liberation is a fight against all interwoven systems of oppression. We are not free until everyone is free and until Palestine is free from occupation. Once we get the stuff that we need, we're going to set up a movie in about an hour or two. And it comes by my recommendation. So get some food. There's a lot of food, so please eat, hydrate, take care of yourself. If you need anything, come to an organizer. Thank you.
It's lovely to see all these faces. Or lack thereof, considering all the surveillance we've been under, the intimidation we've been under, the threats we've been under of being doxxed. So I've got a little speech prepared for you. This week, during the busiest week of the semester, the Divest from Death campaign has seen massive, unprecedented support from the Binghamton community. We've occupied the Peace Quad, a space named for its historic connection to students' struggle for liberation on campus. We've received dozens of donations of food and money. Faculty and alumni have written to us in support. Despite the homophobia, ableism, and anti-Semitism hurled at us by counter-protesters who called us union rats, we have peacefully demonstrated in solidarity with Gaza and Palestine. And still, the Binghamton University administration has made the decision to try to threaten us, to send in cops to forcefully clear us out if we didn't disperse by 5 p.m. Despite our growing movement within the SUNY system, with more BDS resolutions being passed and encampments being established every day, SUNY Chancellor John B. King has decided to make every effort to ignore and suppress student voices. And this decision, abetted by BU President Harvey Stenger, demonstrates the single immutable fact that ties together every struggle for liberation. The establishment would rather suppress dissent with state violence than give up even a penny of their profits. Stenger has chosen to threaten to send riot cops to crack the heads of his own students, whose well-being he so emphatically claims to care about. Because divestment from the state of Israel and the military-industrial complex threatens the income of BU and the SUNY system. Capitalism and imperialism, inextricably intertwined forces, do not care about us. They don't care about democracy. They don't care about morality. They don't even care for their own supporters. What matters is profit, exploitation, squeezing out every last dollar that they can from our bodies. They don't care about the countless Israeli bombs that have killed hostages, and Israel plans on invading Rafah, whether or not a hostage solution is figured out. It is clear that this is not about hostages, this is about land and imperialism. Right now, the apartheid regime of Israel is perpetuating a genocide of Palestinians to remove them from their lands and enable further illegal Israeli settlements of indigenous land. And yet, Harvey Stenger would rather use the police to try to assault us than to interrupt the secretive investments made by the BU Foundation. Make no mistake, our fight does not end here. This struggle began in Palestine when the British Empire facilitated the colonization of historic Palestine by Zionist militias. And so too will the struggle end in Palestine when it is free of occupation. We must humble ourselves. We are not the cause, we are not the focus. We are here to show that the international community has come to a consensus to stand in unwavering solidarity against the oppression and genocide of the Palestinian people.
That's right!
And to that end, we must continue to grow our movement into next semester. We must speak openly in support of Palestine. We must educate others and actively organize. We must show up and show out. We must deliver student power to this campus because no one else will. We must then exercise that power to strip away at the imperial core, layer by layer, until the truth of its rotten, failing center is exposed for all to see. Comrades, I thank you all for coming here to support this movement, and simultaneously, I demand that you do not let the flames in your hearts be extinguished. I demand that you make community as we did in this encampment. I demand that you stay engaged, never averting your gaze from the children in Gaza who look upon you all with love and with hope. I demand that when we continue this campaign next semester, and every semester until our demands have been met, that you show up like you did this week, and then some. We must slay the imperialist, capitalist beast, or it will devour us all. We have nothing to lose but our chains!
We've been saying that phrase all day, and there's a real historical importance behind it. It's a technique of resistance utilized during Occupy that we've now mobilized with now. Now, once again, I come to you as a historian of struggle at this putrid university. One that has looked at the old newspapers and talked with older alumni and activists and locals and faculty. And I come here to tell all of you that we have won today. What we have achieved today is unprecedented in the history of Binghamton University. Now, last time I talked to you about the history of student struggle, I realized I forgot to mention the present. The last time we had a student movement this sophisticated, where we had faculty on board, where we had local activists and mutual aid groups on board, where we had student power willing to risk it all on board. Last time we had that, Sodexo workers got unionized. Last time we had this, Greyhound union officials called upon Binghamton University's students to help make the picket line that got them unionized.
Let's go!
Last time this happened, we divested from apartheid and turned that room into what we now call the Mandela Room. This is to say that what we have now is the makings of a bright and beautiful future. But we already know that, so I want to talk to two people. First, I want to talk to those that doubted what we did and see it as a failure. I want to talk a little bit about the phrase, say, symbolic action. I want to explain two reasons as why what we did today was a success. First, ignoring any demands we placed, ignoring any concessions we made, the very fact that this happened is itself inherently radical. We did years worth of organizing, of connections in 3 days. We got into contact with senators, with local advocacy groups, with faculty, with people that we never thought we would be making with alliances with. Every person that walked out of these 3 days with Signal on their phone, every single person that walked out of this having either eaten or made and prepared materials got us one step closer. Because even if we are not still in that liberated zone, every ounce of energy and material is not going to waste. All that food that people donated is currently going to houseless people on Shenango Street or will be donated on Wednesday nights. All that water is going to be the same. Some of the apples and perishable items is going to be shown to the Binghamton Food Rescue. All those tents are going to houseless people and those that need it. The materials that we gathered today, both spiritually and materially, are extending into the future. This moment is the catalyst. I also want to address something, which is the lack of arrests. This may surprise some people. I'm not going to be honest. If you've been looking at the news, when it comes to encampment, it is dire. New Paltz, over 100 arrested, beaten, and brutalized. What we have learned from talking with university admin is that the act of getting brutalized and the act of getting arrested is not radical. In fact, it is exactly what they want. Throughout this entire process of negotiating, the thing that we learn is that the state is pushing on Binghamton University. Alumni and donors are pushing on Binghamton University to arrest. The fact that there were no arrests means the university lost. tactics with a smile, and we didn't let them use it. That's a victory. We didn't give them the spectacle they wanted. But lastly, we got the university to the negotiating table, something that we've been trying to do for years, something that simple essay votes failed to do, recognizing the fact that only once we achieve the question of dual power, once we achieve the question of all of us working together, using what we have, be it faculty, local community members, or students, when we come together, we have nothing to lose but our chains. We have the summer, we have next semester, and we have every semester after that. This energy only dies out if you let it. It is a fire. Fires don't grow on their own. All of you are essential to this process. If any of you learn anything from this, I hope it's how to be an organizer. Because the people who were doing the work in the beginning were not always the people doing it at the end. People stepped up. People learned. People got those skills. And that is inherently valuable. That is the work that we did. And that work will never fade.
All right, y'all, give yourselves a round of applause. First and foremost, I want to acknowledge, yes, it didn't go the same way that it went with other SUNYs, but we're not walking away with empty hands. We got negotiations coming soon. We have them at the table. They said they're willing to listen. But we know that sometimes they tend, and excuse my language, tend to bullshit. We're coming in good faith, but we're coming in good faith. We're coming in good faith. We're going to listen to them. They said they're willing to work. We're going to take them at their word. However, we want them to know that the mobilizing power of the community is here, and it's here to stay. The community has shown out, and over the course of 2 days, and first of all, it makes me emotional. Actually, I want to share the anecdote real quick. I remember stepping out of the perimeter for a second and seeing the donations and the stack of waters. I almost started crying. Because I remember when we were first planning this, I called my father and I was like, dude, listen, we're probably going to need some waters. And I thought we were only going in with 7 cases. Guess what? We have water left over. We have water left over. We keep us safe. The community keeps us safe.
We keep us safe.
And I want you to keep it in your hearts, and I want you to keep it within you. Mobilizing power happens because you happen, because you show out. And these negotiations happen because you guys showed out. And we will win if we continue to show out. Again, I know the speeches are said time and time again, but I want to reiterate. This is not the end. This is only the beginning. We're building student power. We're building people power. We're building community power. We're in this together, everybody. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it going.
We've got negotiations soon. Expect a statement from Stanger later today. Everybody go home, get some rest, and you'll hear from us.